Welcome back, everybody. Today got this giant box in front of me. What do we got? A Clam X400. It's a big flip over, 4-man flip over. We're going to get this thing unboxed. We're going to get it assembled and let you know what we think of it. All right, so first off, I'm just going to take a minute and turn the camera off and get everything separated and get it all out where we can kind of see what we got to work with. I did buy the hitch kit for it for my snowmobile, and I bought the runners to go on the bottom of the sled, so we will have to get those put on before we get too far. So I'm going to take just a minute, get this all separated out, and I'll bring you back. Alright, so we got everything out and separated. We're going to start with our seats. We've got this pipe that's just got a round hole on both ends, and we're going to put these caps in it. We're going to try to get that hole lined up with it going straight through so that you can put a bolt or a screw through there. Hi, buddy. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. We got 8 of them to put in, and we're going to hurry and get that done, and we'll bring you back. Alright, on to our next step. We're going to take this piece of aluminum, and these blocks we're going to get, this one's got an oval, this one's got a circle. We're just going to get them installed on here. You just slide down. And you take one of these coarse, these really coarse ones, and there's a bigger hole on one side of it. And you just put them on through there and then tighten them down. I'm using a drill to tighten them down to help things go a little bit faster. But you're going to put one circle one and one oval one on each of them. Alright, so one thing that you want to make sure of, you got your circle one there with the L going that way, the ovals towards you. Then you want to make the other one just the opposite, so that the ovals, when these are sitting down, that they're lined up and the circles are lined up. So make sure you do that on all of them. So you have 2 each way, 1 for each seat. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach our swivel base to these, and we're going to do it on the outside of it. And you're going to use these short bolts. We're going to put this on this side. Alright, this might be a little bit tricky, but I'm just going to tighten this down. Alright, we're going to do that to all 4 bolts, and then we're going to get these other ones done, and then we'll bring you right back. Okay, now that we got that done, we got all of them on there on the swivel base. We're going to attach it to the actual seat. Just going to start these hand tight, and then we're just going to come back with a ratchet and tighten them down. So we'll hurry and get that done on all 4 seats, and we'll bring you right back. Alright, so now that we got these on there, we're going to use these shorter bolts. They have this little locking deal on the inside of them here. We're going to get them bolted to the seats. Now when you tighten these down, you want them snug, but you don't want them too tight, because you're just tightening it into plastic basically. There's a thread insert in there, but you don't want to strip that out. So you're just going to get them started You just kind of have to do it by feel. That's why I'm using an end wrench. It's just barely snug, but we'll do that to all 4 seats, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so now that we're to this point, we got our bases on. We're going to grab 2 of the pipes that we put the end caps in already, and we're just going to slide them through. And you want to make sure that the backs of your seats are lined up so that they're going the right way, and you're going to do all the circles on one side and then all the ovals on the other side. Slide them in like that. And we have 2 different bags here, a 103 811 and a 103 810. These are going to be our seat brackets that are going to go on the end. And you'll have 2 of each of these brackets. And it doesn't matter which end you put them on. You're just going to slide that on there. Slide that on there. Line up your holes. Then we're going to use these to fasten it on there, the 106 456. And we're gonna slide our other bracket onto this end, and then the holes will line up, and we'll use one of our lock nuts, just like what we used on this aluminum bracket, to go down through here and tighten them up. Alright, so we're gonna get that done. After we get that done, we'll bring you back in and show you what we're gonna do next. Alright, at this point, if you did not get the end cap in there just perfect, it's not a huge deal. And just take your Allen wrench that they send with you and just twist it around a little bit and manipulate it. And then when you do put these on, the bolts, they're going to come up through the bottom on it. Just like that. We'll get them tightened down. Alright, so moving on. We're now going to start assembling the hoop and the light bars. If we can get down the bag here. Go this way. The screws that we're going to use are right here. And this little zip tie, so I'm going to grab something to cut that real quick. Alright, so being careful not to cut your wire. Just cut that, get that off. I'm going to leave my other zip tie on there so that I don't have to deal with it for a minute. There's just 2 little screws in here, and that's what we're going to use to attach the light bar to the hoop. Alright, so when we're installing it, just going to slide down there, line the 2 holes up. Sorry if I'm blocking it, I'm trying not to. Just going to get that started. Take our drill, put some pressure down, and you don't have to use a drill for that. You could use just a regular screwdriver. But that's that. We're going to get the other one done, and then we'll go to the next step. Alright, now that we got our light bar done, we're going to get our runner kit installed on this thing. It might get a little bit tricky. I've done it on some jet sleds. They're a lot smaller, a lot easier to reach around. It may have to wait till this evening when I can get a little bit of help out of the wife or kids. Right now they're all in bed sleeping. just gonna hurry and get everything unboxed, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so let me show you on this side. Has an end so that the screw will go in, but on this side they've left a little bit of plastic, it looks like, just from the mold or whatever. So I'm gonna just take a razor blade, trim that off. I'm gonna have to go through and do it on all of them so that they'll sit nice and flat against the bottom of the sled. So we'll hurry and get that done on all of them, and then we'll start putting them on. Alright, so we're going to get this installed. You start up here on this curved end, and we're just going to line it up kind of with the front of right here where the, I guess, the runner and the main body of the sled come together. We're just going to drill a hole and get a bolt in it, start getting that around there, and get it the rest of the way bolted on. I know this seems a little bit scary to be drilling holes in your brand new sled, especially something like this. You've paid a ton of money for it, but trust me, these are well worth it. These will protect the bottom of it. They'll help this sled last a lot longer, and it makes it a lot easier to pull if you're pulling it by hand. Luckily for me, I have a snowmobile for it, because this thing is heavy. It's 200 pounds basically out of the box, so you definitely want something to pull it with. Either that or a good friend. There. Then you're going to want to get a nut. Just let that flop down a little bit. You're going to want to get a nut and an end wrench or a ratchet or something, and we'll get tightened down from the other side. Where we're going to be bending this around, just going to hold it. Maybe. My drill bit on this thing is not the best. It's about wore out. Alright, we got that tightened down. I didn't go way tight with it, just a little bit snug, so I can still get it to twist back up right here. This is probably the hardest part of it, just trying to get this to bend around it and get it down flat where you want it. I'm probably going to go in and grab my heat gun just so I can heat this up, make it a bit more flexible. You don't have to do that, but it does help. Alright, we'll get the rest of these installed, and then we're going to flip this thing back over. We're going to get and we'll get to work on putting the battery tray in and start mounting poles and putting the canopy on it. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is get these brackets installed. You're going to use these shorter bolts with the lock washer. You're going to notice that we've changed locations here. That's because we need something to work on and a little bit more room. My garage just doesn't quite have that. When you install these, you want this open part to be towards the inside, and you're going to have a bracket like that on all four corners. So we're going to get these installed. We'll bring you back and show you what's next. Alright, so now over here on this side, you've got a notch stand on this one, and it's straight. And you're going to put it right down here through the bottom. You're using these longer bolts, the ones with the shank on them. And it's going to go right through like that. And we're going to put another straight one there. and then our curved one is going to go right here. But you want to make sure that that notch, this notch here, goes towards the inside of the shelter. Okay, now when you tighten these down, you don't want to go too tight. I mean, obviously you want it to be tighter than what it is, but this Allen wrench I have isn't the best. I don't know what I did with the one that came with this thing. But basically, Vanna White, could I get your help over here? Could you come over here? Just hold both of these kind of in line. I've got my lovely assistant. So what you want to do is you want to get it to where these metal things are just barely touching the plastic. Like there, you can see it won't just slide up and down freely. So you're going to want to loosen that up just a little bit to where it'll move up and down. I'm even going to go just a hair looser than that, just so there's just a little bit of wiggle room in there. That way it can slide up and down smoothly. And we're going to get that done on all four corners, and we'll bring you back for the next step. All right, so I'm going to hurry and get the seat padding installed on these because it's about time to install seats on it. You're just going to take it, slide it down over the front. These are going to go around underneath. There's just some little, I'll show you better on the backrest. It'll be easier to see, but they're pretty simple. All right, let me show you on these backrests here. They're really simple. They just have a little pull-through tab to put them on there with. Very easy. You just slide pocket over the back of the chair. Bring this up and through. Put that on there like that. That's all there is to it. We're going to get the rest of them installed. Move on to the next step. All right, so now we're going to get the seat installed. We're going to take this end that's got the lip on it, and we're going to slide everything kind of that way for a minute. We're just going to take this and get it underneath there. Just set it down. It's just as easy as that. We'll get both of them installed. Then we're on to working on the canopy. All right, so now we're going to take these and we're going to get them installed on our poles. There's two holes in this pole and they're offset. You're going to take this, you're going to push that little tab in on it so that it'll go behind it. And it's going to snap into place. We're going to do that on all the other poles. This is on all the kind of half hoop poles and the LED light powers that we put together. We're going to do that with all of them. One thing I forgot to mention, if you take this tab and pull it out sideways like that, it goes a little easier. Then you can just turn it back and you can see that tab's locked in there, not going anywhere. All right, so now we're going to start installing these hoops. We're going to do the LED lights first. Make sure that your wire that comes out of the LED lights is towards the back of the sled. And then we're going to use this very back pole, or the ones that they're going to go on, and show you how we put them on there. So you're going to make sure that these are still turned sideways. And that just slides down like that. As long as we follow instructions, it goes smooth. We're going to get these other ones installed. If anything serious happens, we'll bring you right back, folks. And then I think we're about ready to start putting our canopy on, but we're not sure yet. Okay, now that we got it all unfolded, we're going to take this and we're going to get it right up and over. I'm going to turn the camera right now so that I can get it all bundled up here in my arms. You guys can watch us drape it over. Alright, let's take you on a little tour here. Let's get you inside here. This is pretty good size here, folks. It's going to be a good time. We're getting our Velcro straps put on. And on these Velcro straps, when you put them on, sorry to get you a little close there. Just trying to make it so you can see. We're going to put them on there. We want pretty much full contact of the Velcro, but see how loose that is? I can even stick my finger down in there. Keeps it nice and loose and makes it so that everything can slide. We're going to get all those done and we'll bring you right back. All right, so moving back inside, this is our last hoop hole here. I've taken the end off of it, this end here. I should have figured that out beforehand, but hey, it's still gonna work. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna find this sleeve here. And we're gonna start feeding it through there. And then you just work your way around. You're gonna do that on all of them until this thing's all the way in and around. And then we'll attach it to the bottom poles. Feeding her around there. We almost got it. All the way around there. It's kind of all turned goofy right now. Then you're just going to attach these poles to it. Do that on both sides. Then we'll get our adjustment bar in there. You don't, well, yeah, never mind. You're good. Alright, then we're just going to get our Velcro straps attached around the bottom, and I think we'll be good. Alright, so the last thing we need to connect are these straps down to the tent. That way it'll help keep the tent, if the wind comes up, it'll keep it from blowing. We're just going to use one of our short bolts and a lock washer and just put it right down through there. We're going to get that tightened in, and you do that on the front and the back. And then, yeah. Then after we get those tightened up, you'll just put that on there. You can tighten that, and it'll hold it good. Alright, I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this thing, putting it together. It seems like it's built pretty well. No issues putting anything together besides the runner kit that I put on the bottom. I don't know if I just got the luck of the draw or if they got their bolts for that off Temu, but I had 4 of them. You get them about halfway down and they just lock up tighter than tight. Had to use a cutoff wheel to get down in there to cut them. Other than that, it's pretty comfortable. We'll see how it fishes. It's going to be a good time. We're going to get it out at a couple of tournaments. Use this for a kind of a move around tent for the 4 of us that are going to be there. It's nice and spacious, a lot bigger in here than what I thought it was going to be. It's a big heavy tent, so it ought to have a lot of room. But overall, putting it together was fairly easy. It does help if you have 2 people. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.